The last 10 years has seen give rise to a new genre of praise and worship music, what I'll call modern praise and worship. People like Hillsong, Chris Tomlin, and others have seen produce great songs that really minister well in a church environment, but are of a totally different style than perhaps what we're used to and what we've been covering in Black Gospel. Just for the sake of being coherent, I'll call it modern praise and worship. Some people like it, some people hate it. I like it. I think that modern praise and worship is neat. It allows, a lot of times the songs are simpler, so it allows somebody who's not as accomplished a musician to be a part of ministry in a church and to even lead singing. It's given the guitar kind of back its place in our movement, which is a neat thing. And then a lot of the lyrics go back to the original Psalms in the Bible and almost quote exact Psalms, and I think that's a good thing. Our church does a blend. We do some Black Gospel, we do modern praise and worship. We try to blend the two. And like it or love it, modern praise and worship is probably here to stay. People like Chris Tomlin and others have really revolutionized what we call simple songs. And so when you talk about modern praise and worship, really what you're talking about is the idea, a lot of songs will be four or five chords as opposed to these complex Black Gospel jazz-based compositions. Very, very simple. Sometimes an entire song will go without having one single seventh in it. You may not have a seventh chord at all, or not even a major seven or a dominant seven. There's no rich harmonies like in Black Gospel. It's very simple. A lot of times modern praise and worship songs are written on the guitar by somebody who's a guitar player and not really a piano player, or if they're written on the piano, they're written by somebody who is really a guitar player who is taking a guitar approach to playing the piano. Like think Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone by Chris Tomlin. If you've ever seen a video of him playing it, he's playing the piano thinking like a guitar player. And so this can be good, but for somebody who's a little bit more advanced and for someone who is used to the harmonies of Black Gospel music, it can be very frustrating to be presented with a lead sheet like say Blessed Be Your Name, which is about 4 different parts of the song, the exact same chord progression, 4 chords over and over again. And it can be just a little frustrating because you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again and you don't know really what to do. So what we're going to do a series of lessons to kind of help you learn and take those simple lead sheets and great songs, but that doesn't mean you have to play them simple. You can jazz them up, you can snazz them up. There are little licks and tricks, although it's a different approach perhaps than Black Gospel. There are ways to play modern praise and worship and yet sound full and lush, even though they're simple chord structures. And so I want to give you some tips to play a modern praise and worship so you can enjoy these songs, but also not compromise your musicality and learn to play them to the best of your ability.